Manchester United teammates urge Jadon Sancho to apologize or face exit. Jadon Sancho has been urged by senior members of Manchester United's squad to apologize to Erik ten Hag and will be made available for transfer in January if he fails to act on that advice. When Sancho was left out of the squad for the 3-1 defeat at Arsenal on the 3rd of September 10, Hag said it was because the winger had not met the standards required in training. Soon afterwards, Sancho posted on social media that the manager's explanation was completely untrue. Members of United's hierarchy have also spoken with Sancho to underline that the matter can be resolved only if he says sorry to Ten Hag. The player has been forced to train with the under-18s after effectively calling Ten Hag a liar and has to change alone because of safeguarding regulations. United were working with Sancho on his behavior before he was dropped for the Arsenal game, and Ten Hag would be open to reintegrating the 23-year-old into the first-team squad were he to receive an apology, despite the time that has elapsed since the incident. Without an apology, United accept the only solution will be to sell or loan the player who was signed from Borussia Dortmund for an initial £73 million in July 2021. After the Arsenal game, Ten Hag said, "Jadon, on his performances in training, we did not select him. You have to reach a level every day at Manchester United, and we can make choices in the front line. So for this game, he was not selected." Sancho responded with a statement that he later deleted. He wrote, "Please don't believe everything you read. I will not allow people saying things that is completely untrue. I have conducted myself in training very well this week. I believe there are other reasons for this matter that I won't go into. I've been a scapegoat for a long time, which isn't fair." Sancho has struggled to make a consistent impact at Old Trafford. United, 10th in the Premier League and bottom of their Champions League group after losing their opening 2 fixtures, returned to action at Sheffield United on Saturday night. On the other side, United ace Højlund has been handed the ultimate backhanded compliment. Man United striker Rasmus Højlund was unhappy with the rough treatment he received while on international duty this week. For a side that is already experiencing an injury crisis, the last thing United wanted to see was their star striker also picking up a knock on international duty this week. Thankfully, Rasmus Højlund looks to have come through the break unscathed, but the rough treatment he received against San Marino on Tuesday night was certainly plenty of cause for concern. The 20-year-old took to social media after the match to criticize the physical behavior of San Marino players, even accusing them of trying to injure him during the match. Danish defender Simon Kjær shared similar sentiments when he criticized match officials for their involvement in the encounter and said they should have done more to shield his team from their opponent's aggressive tactics. This accusation was denied by San Marino players, particularly defender Roberto Di Maio, who was shown a yellow card when he mistimed a challenge for the ball and ended up kneeing Højlund in the back. "I would have liked to see you 15 years ago when only real men played football. You were a disappointment, Højlund. Good luck," he wrote on social media as the saga took another turn. It remains to be seen what will happen next. But one thing is for sure. Højlund will have to get used to the physical treatment directed at him and view it as a backhanded compliment to how threatening he is. While it is certainly not nice to see such an aggressive defense focused on any opponent, the reason San Marino resorted to it was because they simply couldn't deal with his unique threat otherwise. There is also an irony in Di Maio's outdated calls for Højlund to man up when he cowardly targeted his back as a possible weak point, given the striker's recent injury concerns there. With the United forward clearly the most dangerous threat on the Danish side, his card was marked from the get-go as the San Marino defenders looked to limit his movement and frustrate him in the process. It takes a good defender to be able to subdue a striker with the sheer physicality of Højlund, and a great one who can cope with that as well as his lightning speed. He had already demonstrated this lethal combination when he peeled off a defender at the near post and rifled a ferocious shot into the roof of the net to give his side the lead on Tuesday, again and again. United are one step closer to new investment as their players get ready to resume domestic matters following the October international break. 11 months after the much-maligned Glazer family announced a strategic review to their ownership, billionaire and Ineos founder Sir Jim Ratcliffe is now expected to buy a 25% stake in the club. It is thought to be worth £1.4 billion to the Americans if they accept a revised offer from the Failsworth-born billionaire. On the pitch, meanwhile, United returned to Premier League action on Saturday night, 8 p.m. However, manager Erik ten Hag will, once again, be without several options due to injury. Sofiane Amrabat picked up a knock while on Morocco duty, and ten Hag will likely provide an update on him when speaking at his pre-match press conference before the game with Sheffield United. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Tyrell Malacia, and Sergio Reguilon are among their other senior players on the treatment table. Meanwhile, Tyrell Malacia has been a long-term absentee for United because he's recovering from surgery after a knee injury. Malacia last played for United against Fulham on the final day of last season, and he was absent throughout the entirety of pre-season due to his injury. The Manchester Evening News understands Malacia sustained the knee injury last season, and the club initially looked to manage it with pain injections, but surgery was eventually required. On the other side, United have been linked with a blockbuster move for Germany's starlet Florian Wirtz. The 19-year-old midfielder is regarded as one of the hottest properties across Europe. Reports from Sport Witness underline proposed interest from Old Trafford. However, with several elite clubs thought to be chasing his signature next summer, including Barcelona, Juventus, and City, current side Bayer Leverkusen are claimed to have slapped a £74 million price tag on the 12-cap international. Here, their next 6 Premier League games for United will resume their Premier League season on Saturday night. So, here are their next 6 matches to come after the international break. Saturday, October 21st, United versus Sheffield United, away, at 8 p.m. Sunday, October 29th, United versus Man City, home, at 3:30 p.m. Saturday, November 4th, United versus Fulham, away, at 12:30 p.m. Saturday, November 11th, United versus Luton Town, home, at 3 p.m. Sunday, November 26th, United versus Everton, away, at 4:30 p.m. Saturday, December 2nd, United versus Newcastle, away, at 3 p.m., again and again. Johnny Evans has reportedly passed a fitness test ahead of Saturday's Prem trip to Sheffield United. The centre-back, 35, was hobbling late in Northern Ireland's 1-0 home loss to Slovakia on Tuesday, but the Manchester Evening News say he's now been given the injury all clear. Meanwhile, Martial has 7 months to save United career. Anthony Martial's time at Old Trafford will finally be up when his contract expires this summer unless his consistency improves. That's the consensus from reports, although the Frenchman's deal has the option of an extra year. Martial, 27, is now below fit again summer signing Rasmus Højlund in the fight for a regular starting place. But he's still managed 9 appearances, scoring once. It's claimed manager Erik ten Hag is currently undecided on Martial. Elsewhere, United hope to get £22 million for Greenwood. United have reportedly ruled out Mason Greenwood playing for the club again and hope to get up to £22 million for the Getafe loanee next summer. The outcast striker, 22, has played 5 times for his temporary team in Spain, netting once. And the Express say United have told the one-cap Englishman he has no future back at Old Trafford next season. Instead, a permanent switch to Getafe is regarded as a genuine possibility.